Hey guys, it's Faith and Fame with AV, live from your local Houston BMW Center Studios on People Station Magic 102.1. I'm excited to have this next guest. When you talk about some feel-good music that'll set your day in the right perspective, he definitely does that in more ways than one. He is the world-renowned saxophonist. You hear his music being played here on the People Station, remake of Watching You, along with Brian McKnight, is the one and only Mike Phillips. I'm gonna call you Mr. Mike Phillips. What's up, Mike?
Hey man, what's good? What's good, man?
It's all good. Let me tell you, bro, that Watching You, ooh, Mike, it's cold, man.
Let me tell you, that was I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. It was a hard one to do because the album pulling off the covers.
Yeah.
I did 10 originals and one cover.
Mm-hmm.
No, 10 covers and one original. So when you do covers, it's like, yo, like Watching You is a classic.
It's a classic, yeah.
Now you're tipping on eggshells to make it different, but also, you know how people be like, yeah, he did that over. I don't really, why he messing with the song,
Yeah.
So the OG, the triple OGs, grandmama and them that really dance to the club in the song, they don't want to lose the integrity of made the song feel good. So I had to split the difference between pushing it in another direction, but still being respectful of the song and the culture and not make it sound like something it wasn't. So shout out to Brian McKnight for really coming through and lacing those vocals.
Yeah, I mean, that was for me the synergy in the whole situation. You on the sax, the sound that you bring in is different, of course, from the original version that we're hearing, but it's an appreciation of the original version. At the same time, Brian McKnight comes through and he brings what only Brian McKnight can bring to the table. And of course, you're world renowned. It's like two all-stars getting together and man, you're taking it to the top.
Oh man, it's appreciative. And one of the things when doing covers, as a horn player, I can't have this horn in my hand and not stand on the shoulders of Dizzy Gillespie, Sonny Rollins, Sonny Stitt, Ornette Coleman, Pharoah Sanders, Duke Ellington, the great women of jazz. You talk about Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Nancy Wilson. So this, when you do covers, for me, it's an exploration of the appreciation of culture and just adding colors to something that was already established.
Yeah, man, and I love it. Magic 102.1 audience, Magic 102.1 audience, we love it, man. It's one of the hot songs on the station here now in H-Town. And, like I said at the beginning of the intro, I mean, that's something I tell people, you put that on your date night playlist, man, and let that play. When
you can, that's a dance. That's a two-step with that one.
Yeah.
You can slow it down later.
Yeah.
Once you know you got the date in the bag, then you slow it down. But
yes,
you got to start out with that Mike Philly, and I got some slow joints too.
Yeah.
On that album, I have Don't Ask My Neighbors.
Favorites. Yeah.
So you can get your dance on with this record, but then you can slow it down and handle your business.
And I love, Mike, just the title of the project, Pulling Off the Covers, because it's kind of like a word play, but at the same time, take us into the mind of Mike Phillips with this title of the project.
All right, so Pulling Off the Covers, even when I started doing the Unwrapped projects back in the days, I was doing hip hop covers, but I was doing them my way. So I pull off the covers, but I do it my way. But then you want to pull off the cover of the song and get into something different. So a double entendre, so it has more than one or two or three meanings. But at the end of the day, I think it's when you can go in and creatively just do what you want, flavor in your ear, featuring Stevie, Eric Roberson, Leela James, Avery Sunshine, Naturally Seven, Raheem Devon. You know what I'm saying? So who would have known that Flavor in Your Ear could be sung with harmonies by way of Take Six or Manhattan Transfer? So then again, even though I'm doing the songs, the appreciation of what's been held up through the standard of our culture is something that I take near and dear to my heart and absolutely seriously. So
Yeah.
shout out to all the artists that supported this album and came on and rock with your boy. I love
Yes,
it.
sir. Listen, Mike, you rocking with one of, and you were signed, of course, with one of the greatest NBA players. I won't put you in the middle of the Kobe and Michael Jordan battle. I won't put you in the middle of that and LeBron James, who's the greatest. But you got to let everybody know that you made history being one of the first musicians signed to what?
To Brand Jordan, you know, here we
Come
go.
on.
You
Come
see.
on. I see it.
So I like, you know, be like, yo, did you get the Travis Scotts? Did you get this? Did you get that? The Yeezys? Yo.
Yeah.
In
No, sir.
2000, Mike Philly came out with the Air Jordan 17, which had music notes on the side of the shoe. So shout out to Brand Jordan for seeing the brand, not for, you know, a guy that's coming out and jumping 36-inch vertical and dunking, but the greatness that's applicable to all warts of life. I have my sax in my hand right now. I was practicing before I got on this call.
Yeah.
So being called world renowned and being able to say that I've toured with and I worked with Michael Jackson, Stevie
Yes,
Wonder,
sir.
and Prince in one lifetime means nothing, because if I'm not there shooting free throws in the middle of the night and getting better,
Yeah.
then what I'm doing is a disservice to my own growth as a musician. So
Yeah, man.
being signed by Michael really helped me to understand that, like, listen, even though this is a great contract and you're the first musician to have it, you have not arrived. Get back on the free throw line and shoot 1,000 jumpers. So
I love that.
that's the mentality that I live by.
Yeah, Mike, and I'm not just going to let you pass over. You tried to throw it out there, lay it up, and get right by it. I'm not going to let you walk by the fact that you have played with Michael Jackson, you played with Prince, you played with Stevie Wonder. We can't walk over that, bro. That's an experience by itself.
Man, they're all so different. The genius in all of them. Michael was Cirque du Soleil before Cirque du Soleil existed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Man, he wanted bombs popping off. It had to have been big. Like Prince.
Yeah.
If you were playing the wrong part, he would gladly just take your instrument and play it for you.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And Stevie, you look at a man that technically can't see, but can see everything and write melodies and words to the things that he's allowing us to see through his eyes. So there's genius in all of that. And again, I'm at a point in my life where I need to be able to share the things that I have experienced so I can make some of the youngins better. So
yeah,
I'm appreciative of that. But I do have to say this. I want to share something extremely special. I know the pandemic has been crazy and we've been trying to get our 2 feet on solid ground to kind of like do the things we do to interact as humans and the normalcy that we used to have that doesn't exist anymore. So like I pushed I have a festival, the Life Luck Jazz Festival.
Okay.
It's in November. You know, even last year I said, you know what? I don't know what's gonna happen in second quarter, but fourth quarter,
we're doing it.
We're gonna be rocking. So November 4th through the 8th. I got the Flavor in Your Ear reunion. So I'm taking all of the people on Flavor in Your Ear and putting them on all one stage at one time. So there's never been a show where you saw Avery Sunshine, Eric Roberson, Leela James, Raheem Devine, and Naturally Seven on one stage at one time.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
So Cabo, Life Lux Jazz Festival, and then we got Jeff Lauber, Confunction, Karen Briggs on violin, Mesa. So it's the only way that I can describe this festival. It's like a beefed up Essence Super Lounge, but on the beach with the Sea of Cortez as your backdrop and the air coming off of the Sea of Cortez as your ventilation.
Woo! Bro, that's
Come
gonna be
through,
something
man.
amazing.
Yo, I'm telling you, it's gonna be
Yeah,
lit. I mean, it's
yeah.
Friday, Saturday. Oh, and then we got Marvin Sapp on Sunday.
You got the pastor. You
Yeah,
bringing
we
the
got
church. Yeah.
exactly. So all that singing y'all did from Thursday to yo. So
We gotta pull the covers off. We gotta clean it up.
we gonna pull the covers off. We gonna send you home with some anointing. Yes,
Come
yeah.
on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Yes, sir, I love it. And Cabo, what's the dates again?
The dates is November 4th through the 8th, the Life Lux Jazz Festival. And I'm even happy to say that Life Lux Jazz is owned by 2 black women.
Yeah.
You know why that's really essential? You look at most of the festivals that are out there, we don't own them.
Yeah.
They play.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't own them. It's almost like you take the culture, you gentrify it, and then you sell it back to the same people who created the culture while we don't own anything.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's essential that the artists start pooling together to hook up with the festival owners to be partners, to be owners. So then this doesn't end up being like the NFL
Yeah.
where we're all playing, but nobody's owning anything.
Nobody owning nothing.
So,
Yeah.
so shout out to Life Lux Jazz because it's really important. And the other owners of festival, you have Alvin Keels out in Virginia for Jazz Legacy. You got the Cliff Hunt out there for Capital Jazz. So there are a few. There aren't enough. So
Yeah.
for me partnering with Life Lux Jazz and 2 sisters, I mean, seriously, let's keep it 100. Black women done saved this whole planet.
Yeah, man. And we see the impact that women are and the honor that they finally should have gotten years ago, but that they're finally getting now. Like you said, it's up to us, man. We got to do even more to keep our queens at the forefront and to celebrate them because we got a lot of entrepreneurs, people in CEO positions, leaders across this world that need to be honored.
Yeah, and then so my analogy is if we want to lay out the red carpet for our sisters, in the entrepreneurial world, in the business world, and then we say, you know what, for optically we say, you know what, you can do this and we support you, equality, and then at nighttime you go on that same red carpet that looked good and put obstacles there.
Yeah.
Now that same red carpet that looked good, now they have to jump hoops.
Mm-hmm.
So us men, we got to realize that if we're contributing to those hurdles that are put on that red carpet, now they can't walk. They got to jump, duck under, play Frogger and Cubert. Remember the games? You're jumping all over the place.
Go back. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, as smooth as it is for us to navigate the corporate world, we shouldn't be the men who put those hurdles. So now we're asking them to be Flojo.
Yeah.
It's bad enough that they have to run. Now you want them to be Flojo, jump over hoops. So our women, we support you, but we also understand that we can support you even more by understanding that we cannot put any obstacles on that red carpet. You should be walking with your heels, looking beautiful, and not having any things happen in the realm of reaching that diversity. And I just wanted to say that because again, you have 2 beautiful black women who own Life Lux Jazz, and it's a pleasure to be in business with them, but it's also a grind knowing that we are less than 10% of owning in the festival game. And shout out to Michael Jordan, because at the end of the day, the only minority that owns a team of over 50% stake in a NBA team is him. And now guess what happens?
Yeah.
Like I see the brothers and sisters who are in front office, Fred Whitfield, who's one of the only black GMs. Like it starts with the top and then it goes down. So
Mhm.
our main focus is making sure we make partnerships and ownership so we can take back the narrative of our own culture and not wait for someone else to sell it back to us so they can make money off of the culture.
Yeah. And I like, Mike, you said something earlier, especially about the next generation. What would be three things? I know it's not limited to three things, but three things that you can share with uh, entrepreneurs, musicians who want to follow even in your footsteps? Because I love how you're not only are you world-renowned saxophonist, but at the same time, you're a brand. And so you've not just left it to the music side, but you're covering all bases. What
Um,
advice would you give?
I would say number one, whatever you want to study, go to the root. You want to be this, producer. You want to
Mhm.
be, the guy who eventually produced the Grammys or big shows, award shows. You better learn all you can about Merv Griffin and Dick
Mhm.
Clark.
Mhm.
I think some of the times we get so fascinated with the leaves that we're not paying attention to the root of the tree.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
guess what? When the wind and the storm of the industry blows,
Mhm.
the leaves are the first to go.
Yeah.
So now, if we make the hardcore investment in making sure that we understand the leaf, then you're missing the point of why the tree exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, number one, I would say study the root of how blasphemous would it be if I didn't know about Louis Armstrong or
Yeah, man.
Charlie Parker, or Coltrane? So, what makes me a better player and have a better understanding is the root. I would say number two, you need to have amnesia. Um, I might not like Tom Brady, but when he throws an interception, he's not walking out on the next possession with his head down, thinking about the interception he threw
Yeah. Yeah.
because he had amnesia. Like
Yeah.
he'd be walking out there, shoulders all square, like he never threw an interception in his whole life.
Yeah. Ready to go to work.
Yeah, so I think when we take things personal to the point where we eliminate our ability to have amnesia, we can't get to that point. And a quick story, I was at the airport and a lady was selling an airline credit card and everybody she spoke to was just walking by her. But her ability to reset and ask the next person
Yeah.
is
It's amazing.
it's amazing. So, and then number three, um, there's a level of hard work that comes with everything.
Mhm.
It's nothing's gonna be given to you, and if you think that working hard in this business has a level of entitlement attached to it, um, you are gonna be rudely awakened
Yeah.
and sadly misinformed.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
no entitlement. You roll up your sleeves and you work.
Get to work.
When failure comes, you have amnesia and
Yeah.
also respect the OGs and the greats by understanding the root of the tree of the business that you're getting into. So
Yeah.
those are my three things right there.
Like, hey, like a good crowd to a preacher, I'm gonna say amen. I'm gonna say amen, Pastor Mike.
You are funny, man.
that was three good points. Pulling off the covers, of course, is the project. And watching you, we feature here on Magic 102.1 with Brian McKnight. And Mike, I can't let you go, man. You got the sax in your hand. You got the horn in your hand. I can't let you go without you playing something.
Oh man, man, you got a brother on that. But you know what? I was kind of prepared for that. You know why?
Okay.
I was prepared for that. So
Yeah.
I said, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me strike something up for the band right now.
Come on, man.
Let's strike something up for the band and
Yeah.
let's see what's cracking.
It was cracking.
If you really ready, ready.
We ready, man. We ain't gotta get ready. We stay ready, man.
Man. All right, so let's rock it. Let's check this out.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Mike.
That's a little
Yeah.
taste. That's a little taste of that
A Michael and a Mike. I like that, man. Eminem, baby.
Yo, man, what a fool believes he sees.
Yes, sir. Woo.
I'll say this again. Take it out of my Mr. T. You know, I'm an old school head. Don't be a fool. Get your behind down the Cabo. November 4th through the 8th, Life Lux Jazz. Don't
Yes,
be
sir.
a fool.
Yes, sir. Listen, man, I thank you, bro. This has been a highlight for me, and much success to you. And as you go forward, I want everybody to download Pulling Off the Covers, get it added to your playlist. This is what you're definitely leading. Of course, you know, watching you, we love it here at Magic 102.1. Mike, man, thank you for coming and being a part of Faith and Fame with me, AV. This has definitely been a pleasure.
Man, it's been a pleasure. I'll be down at Sugars on the 28th.
Yes,
the 28th. Y'all come through and holler at your boy. You know, social distancing in effect. The tickets are doing really good. So I know they got some tickets left, though. So come through and holler at me. You too, man. Like,
I'm coming through.
Friday
I'm coming through. I'm going to come through, Mike. I'm saying, hey, Mike, your boy is here, man. AV is in the building, Mike.
Next Friday, come through, holler at your boy.
I'm coming. I'm going to do it, man. I love it. From your local Houston BMW Center Studios, I'm AV. Grace and peace, guys.
All right, man. Later.
All right, Mike. Appreciate you, man.
All right, one love.